piston skirt coating. Is it a good idea? Let's reload this episode from the Engine Performance Expo to answer that question. Okay, Engine Performance Expo viewers, you know this guy.
Dyno Don MacAskill.
That's right. We're back at Shavers. This time, you know, this old test mule of ours has told us a whole bunch, hasn't it, Don?
You know, we have pretty much worn ourselves out trying to learn from this motor and trying to hurt it, and we just can't do it. It just keeps going and going and going. It's like the ever-ready machine. It just won't stop.
Exactly.
And every time we do something, we're learning something new. Every single time.
Right. You know, one of the recent things we learned this past year was the line-to-line skirt coating. I've heard about this stuff for a long time, but we actually got to use it for the first time
on this particular engine.
Right.
And one of the reasons that we had to do this is because we went up and saw our good buddy Brad Legman up at QMP, and he gave us a perfect cylinder bore finish for our test.
Right.
And because of that, we had a fairly new piston that was in there it's been in there for not that long.
Yeah.
Because he had to make the bore a little bigger, we had to do something to put a coating on the piston to compensate for the piston to wall clearance. Now, in the past, when we have tried to do this, it hasn't been very successful. But these guys at Line to Line,
this was pretty good stuff. Like Don was saying, when you open that bore size up, because we needed to get the surface finish right, we had missed a little bit on that, and we said we got the good surface finish, but now our bore size is kind of in between.
Right.
You didn't want to go order new pistons because the pistons are pretty new still. Yeah, what was cool is they were able to, coat those skirts and add thickness to it to be able to compensate for that additional piston to wall clearance that would have been there. So now we have the right piston to wall clearance, and what's unique about it is it's abradable. So it's designed to wear off, but slightly. So it doesn't flake off in chunks. It just kind of wears in and self-fits. And it was pretty cool to be able to see, what we saw blow-by-wise by having that correct piston to wall clearance, having the piston
correct finish on the wall.
Yep, all that together. It's the ring seal super I was talking about, right?
Made the ring seal wonderful. Yes.
Yeah, that was all.
We proved that with the blow-by meter.
Exactly. Yeah, hooking this thing up, even though it's a dry sump. Yes, a wet sump engine, not a dry sump. Wet sump engine, but by hooking up the blow-by meter to it, we can actually see it. And that ball was so low and so stable.
Well, we thought it wasn't
amazing.
really hooked up right at first because we haven't seen measurements that low in a while. Now, through this ring evolution, we have gotten better and better. The total seal ring is something we've been using for 40-some years, or however long they've been in business, and we've always had really good luck with that. So, we know that as far as blow-by goes, it's been very beneficial to especially our race motors. But as you guys have progressed in the last couple of years, you've made it even better and better. And so when we were looking at this last test with the blow-by meter, we're like, is it hooked up?
Right. Yeah. When it's bad, it's like 10 to pegging it, and this thing's hovering down there at 2. And we're like, wow, that's pretty impressive. So
it was nice.
The line-to-line thing was really great. It's a great tool to have in your arsenal, being able to adjust piston to wall clearance without having to buy new pistons. You can reuse pistons. You can adjust your surface finish. You can do all those things to make that good ring seal soup.
And it lasts for a while.
Right. Really durable.
Really happy with those guys at Line to Line. They did a great job.
Yeah, so there's a little tech tip for you guys who are watching the Engine Performance Expo. Thanks for watching.